Hola, hola, hola. Senor Enye here to tell you about subject pronouns in Spanish. First, I want to make sure you know what is the subject of a sentence. Well, every sentence has a subject and a verb, and the subject is who or what is doing the action, and the verb is the action word. So let's look at some examples. Freddie walks to school. Freddie's the subject. He's doing the action. What's he doing? Walks. That's the verb. Let's look at another one. Sarah and I are in the library. What's the subject? Sarah and I. It's an entire phrase. And what's the verb? Are. Next, I want to talk about pronouns. First, a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. And a pronoun is a generic word that can stand in as a noun or a noun phrase and still keep the same meaning. So for example, if we had the sentence, the dog has 4 legs, we could replace the dog with the word it. It has 4 legs. It carries the same meaning, but it is standing in for the dog. I'll pick the kids up soon. We can replace the kids with the word them. I'll pick them up soon, and we still have the same meaning. Subject pronouns. Those are pronouns that can be the subject of a sentence. So for example, my sister and I play outside. We can replace my sister and I with we. We play outside. We is a subject pronoun because you can use it as the subject. This is unlike a word like us. If you said us play outside, that wouldn't work because us isn't a subject pronoun. Don't get too hung up on subject pronouns though. Marcos and Elena study together. What could we replace Marcos and Elena with? They, and it still means the same thing. They study together. In English, the subject pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. In Spanish, the subject pronouns are yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, and ustedes. Yo means I, él means he, and ella means she. Nosotros is we, and if it's a group of all women, you can change it to nosotras to make it feminine. Ellos means they, and if it's a group of all girls, you can make it ellas. Let me talk about the gender of groups rules. Let's use this word, el bombero, which is a firefighter. If we have a group of all male firefighters, we would say los bomberos. If it were all female, we can change it to have feminine endings to las bomberas. Now, las bomberas can only be an all-female group. And that's because if we took las bomberas and we added even one male firefighter to it, it would be a mixed group and it would take the masculine, los bomberos. So mixed groups are masculine. Let's take a look at this group. So we're going to use the word they, ellas, because this is 15 girls. If we add just one boy to it, it becomes ellos. It becomes masculine plural. I want to talk about the words for you. First, there's tú, which is you, but it's informal. It's like a friendly way of using you. Next is usted, which is formal, and that means you use it to give respect. And ustedes is you, but it's plural. So that means when you're talking to a group of people and you're asking, how are you doing? You would use this one. It's kind of like you all. So, once again, tú, it means you. It's used with family, friends, and people younger than you. And it's singular. It can only refer to one person. And sometimes you'll hear this described as being informal, familiar, or friendly. All right, usted. Usted also means you. It shows respect, and you use it with people older than you, strangers, and authority figures. You'll often hear this word being described as the formal or polite version of you. Next, let's talk about ustedes. Ustedes means you for a group. It's kind of like you all. And ustedes is plural. That means it covers multiple people. And it's used in any situation. So you don't need to specifically use this to show respect. It just works for everybody, even people with whom you would use to. All right, thank you so much for watching this. If you need to watch it again, please go back and do so. Remember, you need to take ownership of your learning. There's plenty of other resources out there, and if you ever have a question, don't hesitate to ask. Adios!